Hello punters and welcome back to another Saturday racing preview. Of course, in this video we're going to be looking at Randwick with the Group 1 Moet Spring Champion Stakes being the feature race of the day over the 2,000 metres. Also got the Group 2 Stanfox Stakes for the 3-year-olds over the 1,500 metres. We've got the Group 2 Roman Consul for the 3-year-olds over 1,200. The 1,600 metre Bentley Ank Stakes for the mares Group 2 race there. And of course that's the Group 3 race. And of course the Silver Eagle as well. We've got to look forward to that. I did mention that in my Caulfield video when I previewed the Randwick meeting ahead. But yeah, that's going to be also looks to be a good race. So good meeting at Randwick to follow up with the Caulfield Guineas. So be able to have a good play at each meeting and really look forward to a great day of racing. It's one of the best days of racing on the racing calendar. So similarly to Caulfield at Randwick, the track is a good 4. Weather's fine up there at the moment. So that's really good news. We'll be playing with fair conditions, which we're looking forward to. So looking at race number 1, it's the Tab Highway to kick off the meeting at Randwick over the 1,600 metres. And look at the speed map for this 600 metre race. Looks to be a little bit of speed. I'd say Embezzlement will find the top. Black Wand will use the inside barrier to not be far off. Burnham will be probably close enough to the speed. Dad's Blaze might be up there as well. But say Embezzlement finds the front and perhaps able to dictate the speed. Look, I think just based off the speed map, it's hard to go past number 3, Black Wand, for Kurt Goldman and Tim Clark in the saddle. Just looks to get the run of the race. It's not going to be a lot of speed on. It just needs a little bit of luck, but if they can get out and get in that open room, it should be really hard to beat. I really like this recent trial by Quackerjack. It sort of hit the line really well late. That was a 1,200 metre trial, here at the 600 metres. First up stats, it's never won or placed first up from 2 goes, but I think this might be the right race for it. It just looks to map really well in the run, and I'm happy to have it on top. To beat number 9, Embezzlement, who I just thought was over. It's just the fact that it's going to be on speed, and it might be able to get away with sort of having the cheap sectionals up top. It was extremely disappointing at Maruya last time out, but there was issues there. Prior to that was beaten by Subpoenaed, and prior to that was beaten by Toulon Brook in a highway race there. So it hasn't been up to its best, but we did see it win a highway meeting by 5 lengths at Rose Hill last preparation. So if it can return to that sort of form, I think $40 odds is way over. So I just think that there's going to be no better chance for this horse to do it than in this race. In for third, number 11, But I Know, who was terrific winning a highway last time out at Rose Hill. Comes around with here, of course, a little bit of a different track, but got to respect the winning form. And then in for fourth for me, I want to have number 1, My Tagasan, who I thought was a little bit of overs at the $10. It's just been getting to the line nicely. It was pretty good behind Sid's Footprints 2 starts ago at Scone. And then since then has run pretty good with the top weight at Dubbo. So for me, I'm happy to have it in for fourth. And recap the numbers on the highway race for race number 1. Number 3, Black Wine on top for me at the $4.60 and $1.95 the place. I think it's a good each way play. In for second, number 9, Embezzlement. Just thought it was massive overs. If it's ever going to get a chance, this is the one. In for third, number 11, But I Know. And in for fourth, number 1, My Tagasan. Moving to race number 2, it's over 2,000 metres, benchmark 88. It's the Harold's Handicap. Look at the speed map here. I'd say that Rapido Chaparro will find the top. Sayed might want to press on and get up towards the speed. Lord Godolphin might get forward as well. Master Wine won't be too far off, but doesn't look to be a lot of speed. I'd say Rapido Chaparro dictates here, and what might be a little bit hard to run down. Look, I was with it last time out. I'm going to go against this time. I just think that Master Wine's going to be really hard to beat, number 12. I just think it's going to get the perfect run of the race. Has never missed a placing since coming here to Australia. I think it'll be right in the finish once again. It was really good last time out behind Juniper. I think that's the right form to bring into this race, so I'm happy to have it on top. To beat number 8, Rapido Chaparro, really did have its chance last time out, and I liked it last time, and I was extremely disappointed. It just couldn't quite get past Dr. Drill. It was sort of left the rail, wobbled off, and just sort of, I mean, it was a horror show, really. It's nothing more to it. It was a sick beat. But look, it'll be a great chance once again, especially because it's going to be able to bowl along in front with Hieronymus in the saddle. So I've got it in for second. In for third, I thought number 5, Oliferous, was massively over the odds. I mean, this is a horse that, of course, won a Group 1 not too long ago. Group 3 at Randwick over the 2,000 metres, being Amangiri. And then it finished third behind Mr. Quickie in the Derby there at Eagle Farm. So for me, it's just massive overs and finished 5th in a Group 1 behind Winning Ways. So I just think huge overs, and I've got to have it in for third here. Coming into this third up, it was pretty good in that Juniper race. Gets up to its ideal distance range. Just massive overs at $10. I think that was a ridiculous price. In for fourth, number 7, Master Shahudu comes back onto on top of the going, which I think will suit it much more. It was a little bit disappointing last night behind Doc Drill, but I could see a bit of improvement here and see it polishing off into the finish. Left number 4, Milkman Amp, I'll give it a bit of a chance as well, off a good trial recently. So race number 2, the numbers for me, number 12, Master of Wine on top. Oh, the other one I left out is Re-Edit as well. I'll give Re-Edit a bit of a chance. I think if it can improve back to sort of its form last preparation. I just wanted to sell a bit more from it last time out. That's my only concern. But number 12, Master One on top for me. Perhaps it's getting a little bit skinny now at $2.90. I'm hoping that it will go out to around the $3 mark, but I'm still happy to have it on top. Out of number 8, Rapido Chapara for second. In for third, number 5, Elithris, massive over the odds. And in for fourth, number 7, Master Shahud. Moving into race number 3, it's a 1400 metre benchmark 88, and a pretty good one as well, to be honest. Some good horse in this race. Look at the speed map here. I'd say Grey Worm and Crackerjack will find the top. You Make Me Smile, probably try and spear across the outside barrier and get across them. Macro Divine will be up there. Via Kingdom Come will be forward as well. So looks to be a little bit of speed in the race. And look, for me, I think that Ranier, I was keen on it last time out. He got the job done for me. I think he can do it again here. I think he's well placed. I think he can finish over the top of these and win. As I said, it was a really good win last time out. It just has to replicate a similar performance here, and I think it'll do it once again. I think we're getting $7 about it, which I think is not too bad. So I'm happy to have it on top. Ahead of number 4, Grey Worm, in for second, who I thought was pretty good last time out. Was just beaten late by Sweet Scandal, who of course going to a good race at Caulfield. And prior to that, it beat You Make Me Smile on a heavy track there. If we get into that soft, heavy range, I'll probably bump Grey Worm up a bit, because at the moment it's a good 4, but I expect that it might get into that into the heavier conditions. So got in for second. In for third, number 2, Quackerjack, who will be bowling along in front. We'll give him something to run down. And recent trial was terrific. And again, if it gets into that wet range, this horse will come right into it as well. And in for fourth, number 6, Star Reflection, I thought was a bit of overs. I thought it was okay last time out behind in the Sweet Scandal race. Really did hit the line well, and I think that it can improve second up here coming to this race. Another one that I want to give a bit of a chance to is number 10, Shawnee. My only concern here is first up. It has won first up before, but I think it might need to run and step up to the 600 metres. So I think it'll be finishing off late. Just don't want to have it in my numbers. Recap the numbers for me. Look, I'm going to have number 1, Ranier, on top for me to beat number 4, Grey Worm, in for second. In for third, number 2, Crackerjack. And in for fourth, number 6, Star Reflection. Moving to race number 4, it's the Group 2 Yulong Australia Stan Fox Stakes over the 1500 metres. First of the group race on the Randwick card. Look at the speed map here. It's a Cock Match, Collada, Famous, Fasano might get forward. Brandenburg, Rockamore will want to get prominent from the outside barriers. So looks to be a fair bit of speed in this race. It'll set up for the 2 main chances of the market, and my 2 on top selections from the back of the field. Look, for me, I'm pretty happy to be with Kui Rup here, the bottom weight. I think that it's got a great chance. I think it's just going to be perfectly set up this race. It was late nominant into this race, so it was, I think, due to run at Caulfield, in fact, and they decided to go here instead. Probably, I think it's because they found a more winnable race. So I think this horse, if it produces what we know it can do, I want to ignore last time out. It was caught wide at Caulfield, just never was able to come into the race, and was prior to that, though, Moonee Valley, its run was terrific. If you go back and watch that race and do the form base of that race, if it can run something close to that, it'll be winning this. So I'm happy to have it on top at the $3.50 from, so it's number 9, Kuru up on top for me. Number 1, Batigo, looks to have a lot of ability. Just thought 240 was massively short. Coming out of a Class 1 into a Group 2 is a massive step. But I do concede this horse has the ability. I think $2.40 was just, the wrong price. So in for second. In for third, number 7, Rockamore, who of course won last time out. Was pretty good effort as well at Warwick Farm, and I think it can improve off of that run. And again, stepping up from a maiden into a Group 2 is a big step, but I think it can improve. And then number 3, Brandenburg, I think will run a good race as well. I thought it was okay last time out. Beat Cock Match on the Kenzo, was beaten a few starts prior by Patega fair and square, so I don't see it turning the tables, but I'm happy to have it in for fourth. So for me, I think this is one of the better bets of the day. Number 9, Kui Rup, right at the bottom of the weight. I think it's got a great chance ahead of number 1, Batiga, in for second. In for third, number 7, Rockamore, and in for fourth, number 3, Brandenburg. Moving on to race number 5 at 1200 metres, Group 2, for the 3-year-old. It's the Roman Console. Looking at the speed map here, I'd say that Dirty Work will go forward. Human Nature with the inside barrier to get forward. True Detective, Cosmic Force, Microphone will all be getting forward. So looks to be a lot of speed in this race, and it might really set it up for some of the back markers here. But I'm still keen to play around some of the front runners. And I'd say that, look, number 1 Microphone just looks to get the best sort of run in the race in terms of the on-pace runners. And I'm happy to have it on top. And we know that from last preparation, it can drop back and get a sit. Like we saw it do that over 400 metres, beating Lovey Gavin to Group 1 there. Then we saw it also do it behind Kiyamichi in the Golden Slipper. So we know that this horse can drop back and sort of run on, and I think it might want to do that here with Nash in the saddle. I think $12.50 is a good price. So I'm going to have it on top ahead of number 2, Cosmic Force, who I was on last time out. Maybe I'm just talking out of my burnt pocket there, but I thought it was just had every possible chance behind Standout. Just wanted to do a few things wrong, and for me, $12.30, about a horse that wants to do things wrong, just looks, I'm just not too keen on playing that way. If they overdo it out front, this horse number 3, Accession, will be running home late. I think it's got a good chance here. Second up here. Second up, Stats has had 2 starts for 1 win, 1 placing, so it's been in the finish and it's 2 second up runs, and I think it'll be massively improved off that first up run. And moving into in for number 4, Standout. I thought it was a good win last time out, and I could do something similar here. 3 from 3, so this horse knows how to win. Will be well in the finish once again, but a very good Roman Console for me. And I'm gonna have a number 1 Microphone on top based on the speed map. I think it might drop back and sit in behind them and get sort of swing over the top of them. Number 2, Cosmic Force in for second. In for third, number 3, Accession. In for fourth, number 4, Standout. Moving into race number 6 now. It's the Bentley Angst for the mares, Group 3, 1600 metre race. Looking at the speed map here. I'd say that Amagiri finds the top, probably dictates here. I'd say Gans will go forward, and Eugene's Pick probably sits just in behind. But I'd say that Amagiri finds the lead pretty easily, and I'd say it'd be really hard to beat as well. So I'm happy to have it on top here. Number 8, Amagiri for the $4.20. Really want to get on now. I heard recently that there's been a lot of money on it, so it'll tighten in on for sure. And it obviously finished by Ranier last time out. It was pretty good on speed there. I've got Ranier to win early on in the card, so I've got to be with Amagiri here, stepping up to the 600 metres. Going to be much improved off that first up run. Just needed it to probably shake out the cobwebs a little bit. So I've got it on top to beat number 5, Organza. I think it'll be well in the finish once again. This horse is well renowned for its placings now, and I thought it was okay by Sweet Deal at Newcastle last time out. Of course, was the Tibby Stakes for the Group 3 there. Prior to that was pretty good behind Foxy Housewife. It's just been coming to the line well. I think they'll use this barrier this time around to get forward and be well up in the run, and it'll be in the finish. In for third, number 1, Noir, who probably want a bit more speed in the race, but I can see she's probably the best horse in the race. It's just that needs that bit more speed in it, but she'll be finishing off late once again in for the placings. And number 2, Natoya, very similar. I mean, it's probably got the best form leading in, really, coming out of an Epsom behind Colding, and it really did charge the line well there. It was a terrific run by Natoya, but again, it's going to need a bit of speed in this race. There was a lot of speed in that Epsom race, whereas this one not so much, so not sure if we'll get the same result, but I've got to put it in just in case. So for me, number 8, Amagiri just maps to win the race, so I'm going to have it on top to beat number 5, Organza. Number 1, Noir in for third, and for fourth, number 2, Natoya. The one I'll give a bit of a chance is number 7, So Taken. I've always heard a bit about this horse, and they're confident they can get a win soon, so I want to have it just in my numbers just in case. I'll be playing it in my quaddies, that's for sure. Moving on to race number 7, it's the Group 1 Spring Champion Stakes over 2,000 metres. Looking at the speed map here, I'd say that Just Thinking will find the top and be able to do so over these, and Rented Rock Rhaegar might not be far off, but Rhaegar might drop back this time around. I don't think they will go out as hard as they did last time out, so makes it a little bit difficult for Shadow Hero off the inside barrier. And look, for me, I'm happy to be at number 1, Castle Vecchio. As long as they don't get too far back, I think this horse got a great chance. It was $4.80 last night. It's now $4, which I'm a little bit annoyed about, but I'm still confident get a good price. I think a lot of people will dive into Shadow Hero, so I'm just think it's got the right form. It's coming out of a Golden Rose, even though he wasn't great there. I think he'll appreciate stepping up 2,000 metres. Third up here, I think he was just primed for this race, and this is his one to beat. On his best, he blows these out the water. So I've got to have him on top ahead of number 2, Shadow Hero, who has got a great chance. Just got to do a lot from barrier 2. It's going to need a lot of luck. It's going to I just don't see it getting the same run as it did last time out. Just think he'll be bowling in front. Just think he did beat it first up, and I know the step of distance probably improves for Shadow Hero, but I just thought $1.80 was way too short. Number 3, just thinking in for third. As I mentioned, we'll be on speed. We'll run much better this time out. It was really pressured and forced to run really quickly last time out, but I don't think the same will happen here. So I've got it in for third. Then for fourth, for me, number 4, Quick Thinker. So I've got the top 4 in the market here. I just think they're the ones to beat. I thought it was pretty good first up behind. I was really good first up, winning at Rose Hill on a heavy. And then it was just okay behind Shadow Hero, but I think it'll be running into the sort of the top 4 once again. So recap the numbers for me. Number 1, Castle Vecchio on top to beat. Number 2, Shadow Hero. In the third, number 3, Just Thinking. In for fourth, number 4, Quick Thinker. The top 4 on the market, all in order. Moving on to race number 8, it's a Silver Eagle for the 4-year-olds over 1,300 metres. Looking at the speed map here, I'd say that the Inevitable will be up there. Madame Rouge, Jonker will spear up the inside barrier and get forward. Mizzy will be up there. Zusane will probably want to get prominent from barrier 7. And Madame Rouge will be right there as well. Fasika will be close to speed as well. So it looks to be a little bit of speed in this race. Look, I thought this horse was probably a bit forgotten about here, and I thought it was massive overs. The number 2, Caesar, I think he's going to be pretty hard to beat here, and I think $13 odds is really good. He was good in a recent trial at Rose Hill. Prior to that, look, he's coming out of a Memsey Stakes behind Scales Just. I know he wasn't great there, but prior to that, he was pretty good behind Sosie Bond at Flemington in Group 3. And prior to that, obviously won brilliantly here at Randwick, beating Boss Lane first up. That was really impressive. That forced him to go around at shorter prices in very good races. He comes back to Randwick here. He's had 2 from 2 from the track. If we're getting that heavy range, you'll have no worries with that. I even think on top of the ground, he'll still be too good for these. Just worried, hopefully we don't get that soft range. That's where he tends to fold a little bit. But I think he's just huge overs, and I wouldn't be surprised if he wins this race. So I've got him on top to beat number 3, the Inevitable, who was terrific at Mooney Valley and really made a lot of punters take note. I was on it that day and couldn't be more impressed. I'm jumping off him this time around just because I think he's a bit short in the market. I think $3.60 is a little bit short in this sort of field, but happy to have him in for second. In for third, number 4, Military Zone. As I mentioned, if they also go out too fast, this horse will be charging home late. It's got a lot of ability. First up, I thought it was actually a good run over 1,200 metres behind Renewal. It's 3 from 3 second up, which is really appealing, and I think it'll be in with a great chance. I think $9 at $2.70 is way overs. And then in for fourth for me, number 11 for Seeker. I think it's got a great chance to improve off its first up run. I think it can turn the tables on Mizzy, which is just narrowly beaten on that occasion, and has a second up win under its belt. Look, very tough race, but I've got number 3, Caesar, on top. I think it was good each way odds. Ahead of number 3, the Inevitable, in for second. In for third, number 4, Military Zone. And for fourth, number 11 for Seeker. Moving on to race number 9, final event of the day of 1,100 metres, benchmark 78. Looking at the speed map here, I'd say there's quite a lot of speed. This Ronstar, Black Magnum off inside barriers, Victor Salute will get forward. Agent Pippa, Miss Invincible, Poise the Strike will get forward. Bombarding, Cardiff, there's a lot of speed in this race, and it'll really set up nice for the back markers. And one of my back markers is the one that I had a lot of success on during the week on a Wednesday, and it was November Man. He was absolutely terrific winning at the Kensington track. He had no right to win that race, but he still managed to find a way. He got out late, finished over the top of him. It was a really good win. I know he steps up from the benchmark 70 into the 78 here, but I think he's got a great chance. As I said, all that speed in the race, I think he's just going to suit up perfectly for him to charge over the top. Looking at the form lines, I mean, look, Human Nature's running around in a decent race. Where was it? I found it earlier. Didn't have him in the numbers, but I thought, oh, that's right. Yeah, he's running around in the Roman Console Group 2 race. So, you know, they obviously have a good opinion of Human Nature. This horse beat it pretty fair and square on that occasion and probably should have won by more, to be honest. So, I'm happy to have it on top. Out of number 14, Ballistica, who will also be running on late from the back. I thought it was pretty good first up behind where it won at Warwick Farm. Then it was second behind Miss Invincible, who goes around this race, and then was pretty good behind California Zimbo, which I think is good form to come behind. As I mentioned, give California Zimbo a good chance at Caulfield. So I'm happy to have him for second. In for third, obviously on speed runners. Look, I think number 2, Poise the Strike, will be right up there for Hayes and Dabinick. It's first up here. Is usually very sharp, and this is a horse that competed in Group Company last preparation and good 3-year-old races as well. So this horse will be right up to it and be Kept sticking on late. And then in for fourth, number 8, Invictus Salute. I just thought it was a little bit overs as well at the $6. First up here, again, very similar. Ran some good company last time out. And while the first up stats aren't good, I really didn't mind the first trial at Randwick. And even the recent trial behind Realm and Ruby wasn't too bad either. So recap the numbers for me. I'm pretty keen to bet number 10, November Man. Despite the step up in class, I think just based on that last up performance, got to be with him again. In for second, number 14, Ballistica. In for third, number 2, Poison Strike. And in for fourth, number 8, Invictus Salute. Now, moving into my best bets of the program at Randwick, I'd say that looking through here, I'm pretty keen to bet in race number 2, number 12, Master of Wine at the $2.90. I think that's a real good price. Happy to be with it. So it's race number 2, number 9, Master of Wine. Race number 4, number 9, Kuri Rup, $3.50. I think it's probably one of the best bets of the whole day, let alone this Randwick meeting. So I'm happy to have it in as a best bet. And best each way plays for me. Let me have a look. Probably race number 7, number 1, Castlevecchia. Although he's not really an each way play, he's at $4. Probably look. I think number 2, Caesar at the $13 odds. He's well over the odds, so I'm going to make him an each bet, one of my best values of the day at the $13 in November. And Man in the last race at race number 9 at the $14 or $4.40. The place I think is big overs. So that's my preview at Randwick. Look forward to the racing tomorrow. If you head to Caulfield, have a great day. Heading to Randwick, have a great day as well. It's a terrific race day at both meetings. Just while I remember it, actually, going to go run through my quaddie legs. Sorry, so for my early quaddies, running through the numbers, leg number 1, which is starting at race number 2 at Randwick, 4, 5, 7, 8, 11, and 12. Leg 2, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 10. Leg 3 gone quite short here, just the 1 and the 9. I think they're the 2 main chances. And leg number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. $50 gets you 13.88%. $100 gets you 27.77%. So pretty confident with that one. Moving into the main quaddie now. And then in the late quaddie for me, starting at race number 6, 1, 2, 5, 7, 8. Leg number 2, race number 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. Leg number 3, race number 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11. And in race number 9, which is leg number 4, 1, 2, 7, 8, 14, and 15. $50 will get you only 5.95%. But again, as I mentioned, I think there'll be a little bit of value in there, which could hopefully spice up the quaddie a bit. And $100 will get you 11.9%. So hopefully get a bit of a return there. But look, good luck if you're playing tomorrow. Obviously, follow my social media channels if you haven't already done so. Go and check out my Caulfield Guineas preview in the previous video. And also, good luck if you're playing tomorrow, and good luck if you're following. Enjoy the racing tomorrow. It's a really great day of racing, and we're really looking forward to it. So good luck if you're playing tomorrow, and thanks for following, and thanks for, I guess, all the support you've given the channel. I've really seen a bit of a spike recently in some of my viewership, which is great to see. I'm glad that you're tuning in. And even if you don't follow me around, just hopefully I've given you a bit of insight into some of the other chances. And if you like something that's also in my numbers, it can give you a little bit of confidence out of that. I know that I do that as well. I see other tipsters perhaps have mine on top selection in their top 4, and I gain a little bit more confidence there, knowing that they still give it a good chance. So hopefully my breakdown and my preview gives you a bit of guidance leading into the races tomorrow, and hopefully we can find plenty of winners and get a profitable day ahead of what's a great meeting. We've got Cranbourne tonight, the Pink Pinker Plate, the 2 races tomorrow, and then also Cranbourne Cup on Sunday, which, as I mentioned in my Caulfield preview, I will be doing a video preview of on the probably on the Saturday, or possibly later on today. So stay tuned for that. So good luck if you're following tomorrow, and enjoy the races tomorrow.